Hey guys, Omni here. We're diving into episode 8 of Masters of the Universe Revelation, or part 2, episode 3, however you want to view it. Last episode was nuts. It was action-packed as Savage He-Man just rocked. I was about to say She-Hulk for some reason. Skeletor. Why the heck was my brain wanting to do that? I don't know. I think it was the S or some crap. I don't know. And the Hulkness. Anyway, besides the point. The whole thing was epic. It was insane. Like the action, how just damaging, rampaging, and just epic He-Man was in that form. That raw, untempered rage and power flowing through him without the conduit of the sword. I mean, Skeletor was just like, he wasn't phased by any of it, but he definitely wasn't dishing anything out that He-Man couldn't return. And he just kept him on his back foot. They managed to get away after Teela and everybody else gets kind of overwhelmed with the horde, and she uses her powers to teleport them away. She's tapping into that magic now. Takes them well away from any of the danger there, and as we learn, not too far off from King Randor's camp, where they've been kind of evacuated to. But Adam is still rampaging. Now without an enemy to focus on, is just running wild, looking for anything. He eviscerates a manticore along the way and then figures out where the camp is and goes towards there. After a nice heartfelt moment between his father and him, he's actually able to gain control enough to let the power go and turn back into Adam. Skeletor is just frantically trying to figure out this new ability because he thought he had everything at his fingertips with the sword, but Adam was able to call in the power without it. Now he's just frantic trying to figure that out. Evil-Lyn is doing her own thing, trying to figure out how to remove the power and depower on her own. While we have Duncan down in the prison with the Orlax from the comics, so we'll see how that whole thing comes about. But banger episode. I'm excited to see where we're going from here. So guys, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel, it gets you access as well. Just one of the ways you can help support us, help us do what we do over here and work towards expanding. I got the episodes of all the shows we've been covering this year over there. I got movies for you guys as well. You just get your own footage, sync it up with the time code. You can see the full reaction to everything, because I do have to trim everything down to 10 minutes for it to be viewable on YouTube for you guys. But of course, I know not everybody can do that and go out of their way to support us like that. But a simple way to support the channel is simply by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos, because all the engagement that YouTube sees helps them promote the video to more people and hopefully bring people into the channel that are new. And if you are new here, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you subscribe. I hope you stick around, because we got a lot of other stuff coming down the pipeline that I'm really excited to check out, like The Witcher Season 2, Cobra Kai Season 4, The Book of Boba Fett, Hawkeye tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. But that all said and done out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into episode 3, The Gutter Rat. Here we go.
If this is some kind of ploy by Skeletor, I don't even care.
Teela brought me back.
My king,
You brought my boy back. Thank you, Teela.
I'm sorry I left, King Randor.
You had every right to turn your back on Eternos. So many truths were kept hidden from you. And me.
I should have told you about He-Man.
And I should have told you every day how proud I am of the man you've become. Everybody should learn from their mistakes, Adam. Even kings. Especially kings.
Ah, God damn it.
How are you, friend Frady Cat?
Me?
Not so afraid anymore.
Skeletor almost killed me again. But Cringer here saved my life.
Thank you, most noble battle cat.
You're welcome, my king.
And who do we have here?
Without Andra, Adam wouldn't be here right now.
Is that so? I owe you a greater debt than I can ever pay. However, I am king.
I am king. I can pay a bunch, so what do you want?
Well, Your Highness,
To be a hero.
after my grandfather died, I grew up in the streets, alone. I barely slept, but
Oh, is this her story? The gutter rat?
for the first time in my life, I feel like I've found that family. So if you're asking me what I want, I just want to stay with all of you.
Look around, young lady. This is a military encampment. We're preparing for war here. A civilian can't stay without me making you a lieutenant in my royal guard.
What?
Mom!
How is this possible?
It's a long story, Mom, but for right now, I'm just happy to have my family back together again.
Yeah, they're not okay after all that, just from those looks. His rashness, fucked that up, it seems like.
Well, you're off to an impressive start, bullying the Orlax. Right after your boyfriend bullies you.
Get wrecked.
What? You think the whole castle can't hear it? Even the things down in the dungeons that hate your guts still feel sorry for you when they hear him tear you down. Nobody here fears you, Evil-Lyn. We all pity you.
I am drenched in more power than your silly sorceress has ever held in her limp little hands.
And yet, you've been so beaten down that you can't see how you're his better now. Any might manifested by the champion is only granted to him by the sorceress. That makes Skeletor nothing more than your servant.
Duncan with the mind games.
Randor blamed me because I never told him I knew your secret. At first, I resented his blame, until I resented him. We couldn't agree on anything, until I just couldn't go on like that anymore. I was gonna leave your father, Adam. Maybe even go back to Earth. Then all hell broke loose.
And this is all my fault.
Sometimes people just fall apart.
Well, damn.
Am I boring you, Lyn? Come here. Let me show you something. Drink it in, Lyn. The universe is so vast, yet somehow we still think we matter to the cosmos. We're simply spider mites, adrift in a sea of stars. The celestial apex. Soon, for the first time,
Jesus.
the planets will align as they did in the beginning, and Eternia will once again find herself at the center of the universe. This celestial apex will imbue me with not just power over the universe, but power over existence itself.
And existence can use a makeover.
I mean, just look at it.
It's all just so empty. Life is nothing but an endless, agonizing freefall into death. There's no reason, there's no plan. We are, all of us, utterly alone.
One must be wary of gazing too deeply into the horrors of the void. I'll have all the power in existence.
Then what?
What do you mean, then what? Kill this version of He-Man too.
He said this version.
You stand on the threshold of commanding all the power in existence, and you're going to use it to kill He-Man?
How dare you? Who do you think you are?
Not He-Man. Oh, but would that I were. I might finally warrant a modicum of your attention. With a thought, you could butcher King Randor from here, and Prince Adam would come crawling to you.
Aren't you an imaginative little gutter rat?
Never mind. She's, yeah. I forgot she was a gutter rat. And now she's a rat with wings.
Leave, or he will kill you one day. This I know. You have to free yourself of Skeletor.
No. I have to free us all.
Man, I really like this Evil-Lyn shit, man.
Get me to Grayskull, Cabby, and make it snappy! The secret of He-Man, my secret, split up my parents. And I feel like it's definitely put a wedge between you and me. There's something else I never told you. Tila, I should have said it a long time ago. I tried back in Preternia, but then
I know. The sorceress is my mom.
I'm sorry for hiding it from you. All these years, you could have known her. Now it's too late.
She could have told me herself anytime we saw her at Grayskull. I guess she never wanted to. Who can fathom the human heart, let alone the heart of a sorceress?
You've been back so long and we've yet to engage in our other favorite pastime. No, I've always been attracted to power, but now you're imbued with it and I want to feel it all. Not like this. If a mere mortal sleeps with a god, she could wake up in the afterlife. No, you must power down, lest you kill me.
Let the power return!
This is not anything I expected to see in this stuff, man. Yeah, how's that work?
That's not the point I came to take. Little man, you stand on the banks of the river of chaos, yet you still don't have imagination enough to look beyond your foolhardy feuds and your dark desires. You are pathetic.
Be reasonable, Lyn.
Oh, it's far too late for that. You showed me the shape of the universe and there was no reason. Why bind myself to Grayskull when I can be my own champion? By the power
Oh,
of Grayskull!
what? Oh my god. Snoo snoo. Oh, he's like, bye. Damn, dude. Well, that took a turn I didn't expect.
Pathetic, puny, futile fools. You suffer so endlessly. Sure, it will be met with cosmic balance. Look up!
Did she just bridge?
But I've come to free you of the shackles of spirituality.
Wait. Mossman, not again. Not again.
Rise and take your glory. There is nothing to live for, merely chaos.
Wow, she destroyed their afterlife. What about Subternia? You're not gonna be fair? Get both sides. Destroy both sides of the coin.
If Evil-Lyn controls the power, then she must have killed Skeletor.
She just killed everyone in heaven.
We're going to have to fight.
How? Evil-Lyn is beyond our weapons now.
Then the only way we can stop this sorceress is with another sorceress.
At this point, I think we'd welcome any help we can get. From anyone.
Well, don't just stand there, you royal boob. Invite me in.
Oh, did he surrender himself to... Oh, wow. He's so butthurt that he's willing to join forces with He-Man for this. Ooh. Man, dude, the destruction of Preternia. Evil-Lyn taking the power for herself. And I would say she looks pretty damn good. But that little moment when she was seducing Skeletor for a second, I was like, oh my god. Holy shit. What's going on here? Talk about boning. Anyway, I like this episode. That's the backstory we got for Evil-Lyn that was in the comic that I was mentioning. So like they threw that in here. There's a little more to it than that, but that's the gist of it. That's all that was really relevant to this story. But yeah, stepping out of Skeletor's shadow and his immature squabbles. Though in his past he was a much more like I don't know, less foolish kind of person. It wasn't really until present day where he became a bumbling kind of idiot. So I don't know what the fuck happened during that time, but yeah. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say on this one. It was pretty much self-explanatory from the get-go, all about Evil-Lyn coming out and rising into power. Teela accepting her role, her purpose, accepting Adam for what he did. And like, you know, she acknowledged it still hurt, but that it was necessary and he believed it so, and that it was for their benefit. So they did kind of like bury that bridge. Is that the term? No. Buried the hatchet, whatever you say. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, and then just like the repercussions again of his secret and the people who knew and who didn't, you know, kind of ruined the marriage of his family. I don't know. I really like that. They're adding consequences to all these normal heroic decisions that we just kind of take for granted a lot of the time. Like you don't really think about the consequences on how it weighs on on anybody. That's why I kind of like superheroes stories that kind of delve a little bit more into that and carry a little more weight like that. Mainly like stuff like Spider-Man or like Invincible even. Stuff like that that kind of like really lets you sink and live with the consequences of living the life you choose to leave. I like that. I like how they approached it. Again, not a whole lot to talk about in this one. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the penultimate episode. So guys, let me know what you thought of this episode. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. You can also join the conversation on our Discord as well. Links to that and all my socials are down below. Remember, you can check out the full-length reaction over on Patreon or become a member here on the channel. Gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, York Coruscant, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Jeffrey Hale, and various abominations. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.